The sound of Mahesh Sharma's car gradually faded as it disappeared down the quiet street. Inside the Verma home, an uneasy silence settled over every room. The living room still reflected the afternoon's meeting. Empty teacups rested on the coffee table beside untouched snacks, while fresh flowers remained neatly arranged in their vase. Only moments earlier, the room had been filled with polite conversation and hopeful smiles. Now, the silence felt overwhelming. Rajesh remained seated on the sofa, staring quietly at the floor. Across the room, Savitri slowly gathered the empty teacups onto a tray. Neither of them spoke. They both knew another conversation still had to take place. After a long moment, Rajesh stood. "We should speak with her," he said softly. Savitri nodded. Together, they walked down the hallway toward Artie's bedroom. The wooden door was closed. Rajesh knocked gently. "Artie? May we come in?" Silence. A few moments later, the door slowly opened. Artie stood before them, her eyes red from holding back tears. She had tried to compose herself, but her pain was impossible to hide. Rajesh and Savitri stepped inside, quietly closing the door behind them. For several moments, no one spoke. Artie stood beside her bedroom window, while her parents sat together on the edge of her bed. Finally, Rajesh looked at his daughter. "You heard everything, didn't you?" Artie gave a small nod. "Yes." Silence filled the room once more. Savitri gently reached for her daughter's hand. "My child, we know this is difficult." Artie slowly lifted her eyes. "Then, why didn't anyone ask me?" The question hung heavily in the air. Rajesh lowered his head, unable to answer. "Our families have known each other for many years," he said softly. "Mahesh Verma is an honorable man. His family is respected. Vikram is educated, hardworking, and responsible. But I don't know him," Artie whispered. "You will," Savitri replied gently. Artie's voice trembled. "What if I don't love him?" Savitri's expression softened with memories of her own youth. "When I married your father, I barely knew him either." Artie looked at her mother. "Were you happy?" Savitri paused. "I learned to be." The answer settled heavily over the room. Rajesh stood and slowly walked toward the window.
"Our duty as parents is to choose what we believe will give you a secure future," he said. "Sometimes that means making difficult decisions."
Artie felt tears gathering in her eyes. "But it doesn't feel like my future." Rajesh turned toward her.
"It is still your future. One day," he continued quietly, "you'll understand why we made this choice."
Artie looked from her father to her mother. Neither of them seemed cruel. Neither of them wished to hurt her. Yet somehow, they had decided the rest of her life without asking what she wanted. She lowered her eyes. "If this is what you have decided," her voice broke, "then I will obey." Savitri immediately embraced her daughter. "We only want what is best for you." Artie returned the embrace, but her arms felt heavy. Her tears slipped silently onto her mother's shoulder. Rajesh watched quietly, his heart aching, even as he believed he was doing the right thing. Outside the bedroom window, the evening sun slowly disappeared below the horizon. Inside, one chapter of Artie's life quietly came to an end. Another had already begun. Moonlight streamed through the living room windows, casting pale silver shadows across the floor. The house was unusually quiet as Vikram returned home from work, his leather shoes clicking softly against the polished floor. The moment he stepped inside, he sensed something was wrong. His father, Mahesh, sat upright on the sofa, with his hands resting firmly on his knees. Beside him sat his mother, Lata, her expression calm but serious. "Sit down, Vikram," Mahesh said. Vikram looked from one parent to the other before taking a seat. "What is it?" Lata smiled gently. "We have wonderful news." Mahesh nodded. "Today we visited Rajesh and Savitri." "Do I know them?" Vikram replied. "They have a daughter," Lata continued. "Her name is Aarti." Mahesh's face filled with satisfaction. "We have asked for her hand in marriage. For you." The words hung in the air. For several long seconds, Vikram stared at his parents. Then he slowly shook his head. "No." Mahesh frowned. "What do you mean, no?" "I won't marry someone I've never met." "You will meet her soon enough," Mahesh answered. Vikram stood. "I already love someone." The room fell silent. Mahesh's expression darkened. "Geeta," Vikram said quietly. "I love Geeta, and I want to marry her." Mahesh slammed his hand against the table. "You will never marry that girl." "Why?" Vikram asked. "What has she done that deserves this?" Lata sighed. "She has embarrassed her parents and this family." Mahesh pointed toward his son. "How many times did we catch her sneaking into your room? How many times did her parents come looking for her? We threw her out of this house again and again." "She only came because we loved each other," Vikram replied. Mahesh's voice grew louder. "A respectable young woman does not behave that way." Vikram stepped closer, his eyes beginning to fill with tears. "You've known Geeta since she was a little girl." He looked from his father to his mother. "We all grew up together. She isn't a stranger. She is kind. She respects you. She cares about this family." His voice cracked. "Please, don't judge her because she came to see me." Lata folded her arms. "A good daughter does not visit a young man's bedroom." "She wasn't there for the reasons you think," Vikram pleaded. "Sometimes she came because I was sick. Sometimes because we needed to talk where no one would see us. We never wanted to shame anyone." Mahesh shook his head. "The neighbors saw enough." Vikram fell to his knees before his parents. "Please," he clasped his hands together, "I am begging you. I have loved Geeta for years. She is my best friend. She knows everything about me. She stood beside me when no one else did." His eyes overflowed with tears. "I cannot imagine spending my life with anyone else."